I build my love like a castle in the sand. When it comes down, it comes tumbling to the ground when she speaks. It's a dangerous fantasy, sets me free. It's where I wanna be. She sets me free. Where I wanna be.
Hey guys, so I'm back. Anyways, I'm back, as usual. Obviously, I don't know why I say that in every intro, but let's try and do this quick because my camera's going to die. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what's on my lips first before I get started. It is the NYX lingerie in Teddy. Yeah, Teddy. It's a really dark brown. I thought it had red in it when I swatched it, but once I packed it on and got a lot of the product on, it's more like a cooler tone. So that's what is on my lips. These are so creamy, like, don't even get me started. Honestly, I'm not going to get started. I'm going to wait till I get all of them. I have about 5, so once I get all of them, I will do a full video and review and first impressions. But just know, these are amazing, and the colors and the color selection, just everything, oh my god, they killed it with these. So that's on my lips, in case you guys were wondering. Anyways, this is my favorite, most used brushes. I posted on my Snapchat, Facebook, if you guys would like a favorite brushes or an updated storage / collection. Let me know if you still want that. I don't mind doing it, but for now I'm more excited to get up the favorite brushes. So, excuse me. Anyways, I will show you my favorite brushes, names, all that good stuff. So, first of all, this is where I keep my most used brushes. For now, I'm still figuring out like my brushes storage, kind of. I have the Real Technique gold metal brushes in this thing right here. So yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't do the makeup storage collection yet because I still don't know what I want to do with my brushes. Anyways, this platter thing is from IKEA. It was in my kitchen and I was like, that would look cute with some brushes on it. So that's what this is. I used my daily most used brushes on here, so that's probably more of what I'm going to show you, and let's get right into it. First of all, let me talk about my 2 favorite brand of brushes, MORPHE and SONIA. My third would probably be Real Techniques, but yeah, so my first favorite brand is MORPHE. I'm obsessed. Like, they're such good brushes for the price that they are. It's crazy. So my first favorite brush to contour, bronze, blush, you name it, is the MORPHE M433 brush. M405, 403. I don't know. I don't know if you can see the name is scraping off from using it and washing it so much. 403. Let's go with 403. It is just like the perfect brush. They're so easy to blend with, like it's crazy. So this is my favorite brush by them. For my eyes, my favorite brushes to use are also MORPHE. So right here are all the MORPHE brushes I use pretty much in every video. I just love how they blend. They're just so nice for such a great price. I can't even like say anything else about it besides go buy them. So this is the M441 brush. I love this for right in the crease and just blending it out. You don't have to do no work, literally. Pack your color on. It'll pack it right in the crease, and then the little brush hairs that are like rubbing up here will be what's blending it out. So it literally does all the work. Another brush just like it, which I really don't know what the difference is. One I think is just like a little more fatter, probably, is the M511 brush. I use it for the same thing. Since this one is bigger, I use it to blend, but what I do is use it to as a clean blending brush. So I'll use it to blend out any transition colors or any harsh lines that need to be blended out. That's what this is good for. This Morphe one is the M433 brush, and I love this for getting right in the crease. A dupe for this is the MAC 239 brush. They look pretty identical, except one is smaller. So yeah, pretty much the same thing, and it just gets right in the crease perfect. And last but not least is this Morphe M431 brush. It's the perfect pencil brush to just carve out a crease, get in the lower lash line and the inner, to highlight your brow bone. You could use it for a lot of different things. My next favorite Morphe brush is, you can't see the name. I want to say this is the M433. That is so weird. Just the other day I was reading all the numbers on these. Yeah, and it just looks like this. It's so, I used to use it for highlight, right there. You would probably see me in my videos use that a couple times. Now what I use it for, all I use it for is to wipe away translucent powder, especially under my cheekbones. So this is what I use for every day, to wipe away loose face powder. Let's see, moving on. My next favorite Morphe brush is M173. Sorry, I thought that was the last one, but I have one more. M173. I love this for applying concealer. I don't use it to blend it out. I always use my beauty blenders. I think I'm talking too fast. But I use this one to contour my nose and to prime my eyes, which you have probably seen me use a few times. And it looks like this. So yeah, that's what that's good for. Moving on, let's move on to Sonia. So my favorite, most used Sonia brushes is the, too bad they don't have numbers or names, but it's the brush like this. They're all going to be from the purple collection. I do have more, but I don't use them. They're all, here, I'll show you. I have all my other brushes right in my brush belt, but I don't really pay any attention to those brushes that much. So as you saw my platter where I had my brushes, I have a few purple ones that I'm going to talk about. Those are my most used brushes by them. I have a few other brushes by Sonia and a few other collections by them, but these are just like my favorite. So this next one, oh anyways, like I was saying, this brush right here is just perfect. Sometimes I'll apply my powder contour, and I always use this just for right here. So you would probably see me use this in my videos, and that's what I use this for, contour, obviously. I know this is just a brow brush. It's nothing special, honestly, but it is on my everyday platter of brushes I use. I always brush out my brows before and after I do them. It makes a difference, trust me. Next brush is like my holy grail, like mwah brush. It's this angled brush. It's just so thin and nice. I love it. I use this to apply my dip brow when I do my eyebrows, and that's all I use, dip brow and this, and concealer. Let me know if you guys want an updated brow routine. Like I mentioned in my last video, it pretty much is the same, just the products have changed, and I have started doing them a little more natural than I did in my my very first video where I did eyebrows on a budget. Next is these two brushes. I'm going to talk about them at the same time because they kind of look similar. One's more fluffy, like a crease brush, and one's more dense, like and it is shaped a little different. I use them both not really for anything besides setting my eye primer. I use them both for that reason, or I either use them for highlight. They both work really good for highlight. So I would just do like that, and that's all I use those two for. Last SONIA brush is this one right here. It's a pencil brush, so I do use this one a lot when I want to highlight my inner tear duct, my brow bone, stuff like that. Maybe get in the crease really tiny to make a sharp line. I don't know. But that's what this one is. And then my favorite out of the gold medal brushes, oh my god, are probably these two. Mwah. Just because they're so big and fluffy, and it's just like, oh my god. It kind of reminds me of the MAC 207 brush. I don't know. It's a bronzer brush. It's pretty similar to that. I feel like this one is just a little fatter, but these are so good for like contouring and warming up the skin. If you want to get right along your hairline, cheek, like the smaller one is good for cheeks, carve out your contour. You can use it for so many different reasons. But yeah, those are my two favorite out of the Real Techniques. I'm going to talk about 3 more Real Technique brushes. This one I love. I'm not sure how I feel about it for a foundation brush. It is good for buffing and for like applying your foundation and then using something else to blend out your foundation. But I do love just how it feels and fluffy and dense it is and on my skin. So that's one of my favorite brushes, always has been. My next favorite brush by Real Techniques is this one. This is the pointed foundation brush. Now, I would never use this for foundation, ever. Like, this is the worst brush they could have, not the worst brush they could have made, but the worst brush they could have made for foundation. It streaks so bad. So if I use it, I only use it like to apply my concealer. Like I said, I use brushes to apply things, but I'll use my beauty blender and Real Techniques beauty blender to blend it out. So I do have a Real Technique one as well, which I use a lot. So I do like this brush, but not for foundation at all. I like it to apply liquids. And this last brush is a deluxe crease brush. Now, same thing with this. Like, I would not use this in my crease. Like, this sucks for your crease. It's so hard, dense, and fat. Like, how would you even blend or get that in your crease? Like, no. So I use this to blend out my contour. Same thing, concealer. You can use it to apply your concealer. I think I've used it once for highlight. I don't know, maybe. I always switch up my highlight brushes. But, yeah. So, that brush right there. And one more brush by SONIA. I'm sorry. I missed out on one more brush by SONIA, so I'm going back. Last brush I'm going to be talking about is this Accentuate brush by SONIA KASHUK. It came out with like 2 blues, 2 greens, and 2 pinks. This brush is just amazeballs. Like, it's so freaking cool. I don't know. I just love the shape and the feel. I was using this one to apply my highlight everywhere, literally, just so my skin looked so glowy. I stopped. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I still love it. No hate towards it. For now, I use this one to highlight. It's the Royal and Lamb Nickel, which I absolutely love, but I'm not going to speak about any more brushes because I'm just going to talk to you guys about my favorite brushes and brands. So those are my top 3, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!